Is listening to secular music as a Christian really that serious though? Like,
Yes, it is that serious. Hi, my name is Brittany. I make faith-based content and I'm here to talk to my Christian girlies. So I've always heard Christians talk about, secular music, the dangers of secular music, how you shouldn't listen to it. And I always thought it really wasn't that serious because, if you just prayed, went to church, you were fine. It wasn't that big of a deal, right? Just music, it's just songs. The songs sound good, they're catchy, I enjoy listening to them. It's not that big of a deal. But here's the thing, I personally believe that God made music for us to worship and praise and give thanks and gladness to Him. So if we take this thing that God intended for us to use as something to honor and worship Him and then diverge into stuff that honors the world and our fleshly desires, that's kind of a line you don't really want to cross, right? A lot of modern day music talks about drugs, sex, violence, aggression, cussing, stealing each other's man and partner, all these kind of things that really are pointing away from God and the qualities of God. And even if you aren't doing those things that these songs are talking about, it's being embedded into your subconscious. Music is meant to be catchy and get stuck in your mind. So when these ideas and concepts and topics are being embedded into your subconscious constantly on a daily basis, it's going to be much harder to refuse those things if they're presented to you. If you listen to songs that talk about, smoking all the time and drinking, when that thing is presented to you, it's going to be harder to say no. Or songs about casual sex, it's going to be harder to say no because that's all that's in your head. That's all that's in your mind. Let me take y'all to church, okay? Flip to Philippians 4, verse 8. And it says, "Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any moral excellence, and if there is anything praiseworthy, dwell on these things." Now, does the music you're listening to cause you to dwell on those things? I fasted from secular music for 21 days with the full intention of going back to listening to it. But one thing that I feel God pointed out to me during those 21 days, I was cleaning or just doing something, and just in the back of my mind, I was singing these, praise and worship songs that were just getting stuck in my head from listening to them so much. And I feel like God stopped me and was like, look at what your mind is now dwelling on when you removed this thing from your life. You are now subconsciously in a constant state of praise from listening to these Christian faith-based songs. It really stuck with me because even when I wasn't fully aware of it, I was praising the Lord and I was thinking of these beautiful words, these lyrics that were just uplifting, encouraging, and empowering. Now I have no desire to go back to secular music. And even when I go listen to some songs, it just doesn't hit the same anymore. It's so crazy when God removes like the bondage and chains to certain things that used to be so connected to. It's mind-blowing. Not only has removing secular music from my life caused me just to have a much more positive state of mind, just my overall self-talk is better. I don't find myself degrading myself, putting myself down, getting angry as often. Music truly affects you more than you think it does, and that's why it is that serious to be so mindful and to use discernment on what type of music you should be listening to. Now, ultimately, I'm not telling you what to do, but just want to plant this seed so then you can start your own conversation with God and ask Him what you should do in your life. How do you feel about secular music as a Christian? Have you had any experiences if you remove secular music from your life and how you benefited from it? I would love to hear your experiences and your reflections on this topic. If you enjoyed this talk, make sure to give me a follow so I can do more of these for y'all and we can keep this godly faith-based conversation going.